is Shannon. Thank you for downloading. Please do not listen. This is Cory, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rob.
That was a disclaimer up front.
Yes.
We had grand ideas that did not come through, but...
Yeah. Well, we were going to record on the road, which sounded like a great idea.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
And then we left at 12:30, and at, 3 a.m. the next day? No, later than that, 6 a.m. the next day, we pulled back in here.
Yeah.
Not a conducive plan to doing any recording.
Yeah, and I for whatever reason, I figured there was going to be, 10-minute stretches along the way where both of us were awake.
Yeah.
And, able to record, and we could, piece together, a nice...
Right. Well, I think that there were...
50-minute podcast, hour-long podcast, but,
There were, but we were just not in a good mood. It wasn't a good place to be to do that kind of recording. It was...
I guess. But we, on Saturday...
Right.
A week ago from the time of this recording,
Mm-hmm.
I was driving EP to Game 1.
Well, no, Friday.
Sorry.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, Game 1, I was driving EP down to the stadium. And I said to her, just sort of offhand, I was just like, what do you think about going to Detroit? Did you work on Sunday? Do you want to go to Detroit on Sunday? And she's like, I don't work on Sunday. And I'm like, well, I don't know what it's like. It's probably expensive and we can't do it, but maybe there's something we can do.
But in her EP way, you've now given her the idea.
Yeah.
She grabs the cell phone. Click.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she finds out that StubHub tickets are only $65, and then it's like 2.5 tanks of gas.
Yeah, it was 800 miles. Well, we're all in, so whatever, we're going anyway.
Yeah, and then Shannon was in. Eventually. Shannon, yeah.
We had to buy her the flak jacket, but otherwise.
The Oriole flak jacket.
So,
which I hope that Ryan Flaherty is wearing because somebody is going to take it out on him.
Not us. We are not saying that you should, nor are we saying that we will.
No, we're not saying that anybody who listens to this should take out Ryan Flaherty. But if you happen to be texting and you hit him with your truck, then I guess...
Wow.
See, here's the worst part. I was doing 8 to 10 hour stretches by myself.
Yeah.
When I drove to California.
Right.
And it was fine because I slept all night and then was ready to go.
Right. Not what we did
on this road trip to Detroit.
And what I told you is that would have made it easier. If everybody hadn't had to work or be up all day before we left, we probably would have had a better drive.
Yeah.
But not so much.
Anyway, needless to say, you drive and then all of a sudden, everything just looks like space, like hyperspace.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I can't be driving anymore.
Yeah.
I could probably, if I really needed to,
push through.
Yeah, push through for another, 20, 30 minutes. But
yeah,
it's probably just best to be like, who's ready to drive? when everything starts looking the same and you're just like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Were you awake when EP took over for me for the last stretch?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so apparently what happened is I looked over at her and I said, I think I'm going to need you to drive. And she said, are you okay? And I'm like, we're going to have to pull over soon. And I looked back and she said that as soon as my head went back forward, it went down. So wandered across the rumble strips that separated the lanes. And then I was like, okay, yeah, no, we got to get over right now. But it apparently happened instantaneously. Okay, wait, I'm about to check out. We have to do this.
It's now.
Out. Yeah. So
it's a now situation.
But we survived. We survived the drive.
We survived, and we survived Detroit.
We did.
No stabbings.
And we went to some of the gorgeously decrepit areas of town.
God, I love Detroit.
It's beautiful in its destruction.
Yeah.
That's the only way to say it. I'm in the midst of writing a blog post that it's just Detroit is, and I think our trip says this, is the heart of America, because it's a city that has been beat down as much as possible, and then we run into people like the Nevin grounds crew, who just love their city and they're going to keep putting in time.
And you know what? Honestly, for everybody who shits on Detroit, I would say that it's worth going to see it. And especially because it may not happen in our lifetime in any kind of meaningful way.
Right, yeah.
but something tells me that Detroit has a cool second act coming.
Yeah, we just gotta wait.
There just seems to be too much pride of the people who are left that for it to just like completely like go under.
Well, we just gotta wait for Omnicore to come in and pick up the right? Isn't that Detroit? Isn't that where that takes place?
Yeah, like the RoboCop.
Yeah. And the train station's vacant. It's perfect. It looks like Omnicore headquarters. Let's put it in there. But the only things in the city that are thriving
Freeze,
are...
dirtbag. There's not like a lot to do in Detroit.
Except for go to casinos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if we really like studied, we could have found interesting things to do.
We could go to Canada.
We could have.
But we didn't have a passport.
We didn't have passports.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we could have figured out something really neat to do. But I figured since it's a baseball trip,
right? Yeah.
And we're basically looking to just kill like a bit of time.
Right.
It was like an hour.
Really, it was maybe 2 or 3 hours. But part of that was the Ravens were playing, so we wanted to find somewhere to watch the game till.
Right. So like an hour of that, I thought it would be a nice idea if we all took our gloves and a couple balls and played catch where Tiger Stadium used to stand.
P.S. If you had made a list of things for us to do, I think it would have all been vetoed after the 10 hours in the car.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Let's stand outside and enjoy the Detroit weather. We went out and played catch.
Though I don't imagine that Obama would want to spend too much time at Camden Yards right now. Yeah. Because there is somebody who occupies the left side of the infield who is just dropping bombs all over the place. Fucking Flaherty. Just dropping bombs left and right.
Yeah.
A little utility infielder Irish terrorist cell.
Just him by himself.
Yeah. Just
plus he doesn't
an army of one.
Apparently that's where Ty Cobb played and
Babe Ruth,
everybody. So we got to walk out on the field and play a little bit around, and we threw the ball around and touched the grass and met one of the groundskeepers who was awesome.
Yeah.
To say the least. I wish I could remember his name.
He was a great ambassador to Detroit.
He was. Like, that guy should be greeting everyone. There should be a toll booth on the way into the city and have that guy in the toll booth. Yeah. But so, big shout out to the Nevin Grounds crew. That's what
Nevin Field Ground
Crew.
Yeah.
That's who were taking care of the field there. They were super nice to us, despite the fact we were in our Orioles gear. He told us to park there because it would be a safe place to leave the car.
Yeah, he told us it was where the players parked. When it was Tiger Stadium.
Right. Yeah.
And when we went back there were a bunch of Tiger fans tailgating.
Yeah.
And I, for one, wanted to make friends.
Yeah.
I said that at one point. I was like, I'm going to go make friends.
Well, our car's going to be here. Let's be nice.
Yeah, well.
So depending on what happens.
When we stopped before we got going, we went to Royal Farm and I picked up a big thing of burger cookies, thinking that would be a nice thing to eat along the trip.
Yeah.
I ate most of them.
I was going to say,
I don't think anybody else had any.
No, I think Shanny and EP had one each.
Maybe. Okay, well, yeah. I had like 4. But there was some left. There was a couple left, and I figured I'll go around and just like offer people burger cookies.
Right, and our guy took one.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
our groundskeeper got one.
I wish I could remember his name. I'm gonna go on Facebook and see if we can figure out who he is.
Well, he said he took a picture of us to put on their Facebook page.
Yes, I'm hoping that
as soon as I see that, I'm sharing it on the the Anthem page. But the I was handing out burger cookies, and I was telling him like, "Hey, this is a local favorite
in Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore favorite. I thought you guys might like to try it." And everyone was very like, "Oh, thank you."
Very nice. Yeah. Super nice crowd. Playoffs.
I do tell you though, the most annoying fan in Detroit was that little kid.
Oh my god.
Who was a Tiger fan
and the other worst fan in the world.
An Indianapolis Colts fan.
Yeah.
And the Ravens were playing the Colts at the time.
Right, yeah.
And anytime anybody did anything for the Colts, he had to be like, "Yeah, suck it, Ravens." I'm just like,
Thank you.
Little 6-year-old is fucking...
Hey, listen, when the running back scores, I'm like, yeah, that's good for both of us, man. Fantasy football, all right. I hope he gets 400 yards this game, and they lose by 3. That's all I really need. So
I hope that Ryan Flaherty did something inappropriate to that child, so he has to be suspended for the rest of the... Because that's a win-win, too.
Oh, my God.
Because that little child gets it, and Ryan Flaherty...
I can't even. we caught the bus back to the other side of back to the bar, and came back and went to get in the car, and we had a very nice note.
Well, first EP thought it was a ticket.
Well, yeah, which everybody. Well, she was especially pissed because it was her car.
Yeah.
Those assholes made us park here, and then we got a ticket.
But I went and reached it.
Mm-hmm.
You have your phone there. Are you going to pull it up?
I'm looking for the. Yeah, I was looking for the picture.
There was a note, a handwritten note, like on the back of a receipt that somebody had put under the windshield, or under the windshield wiper. And Rob's looking for it right now, but basically what it said was...
Here we go. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Thanks for the burger cookie. Good luck in the next round. Have a safe ride back. Signed, Detroit.
From Detroit.
From Detroit.
I thought that was just one of the classiest moves I've seen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Super classy move.
But,
I guess you could say that the classy move, too, was me giving out burger cookies to people. But
could be that. Could be that, too.
It was it was class all around.
Right.
Unlike Ryan Flaherty, who is a Class A jerk-off all around.
So,
we had originally planned to record the podcast you heard last week. Thank God we did it.
Yeah.
We had recorded that before we left, and then we were going to. I brought the recorder along, and we were basically going to do like updates from the road.
Yeah.
With,
every
like,
10 minutes.
Interesting things that might have happened, and, stories that have come up, and the camaraderie, and obviously like what Detroit's like, and
right.
how the game went, and blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. But pretty much everybody was sleeping.
Yeah.
The entire trip to and fro. Yeah. I think we only did one hit. We did one
right after breakfast.
Right after breakfast, we basically said like, "Oh, we're almost in Detroit.
You should probably do something."
we're in this little town that's it was oh god, the president who died in 40 days.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
No.
Nope. Garfield.
No.
Cleveland.
No.
Shit, I don't know.
William Henry Harrison. I died. Yeah. Harrison.
Yeah. Okay. So we were at his birth town or whatever,
and they had a Civil War reenactment going on.
Yeah, which everybody was pissed that I wanted to drive by. We didn't even stop. We just drove past it.
We never went to Tim Hortons either.
Fuck, we didn't go to Tim Hortons. You've never had Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, I hope people please tell Cory how good Tim Hortons donuts are.
Or just
send us some Hortons.
Send us some Tim Hortons, I guess.
Yeah. To our Canadian listeners.
Yeah, just tweet me, and I'll set up a drop location
for the Tim Hortons.
I'll set up a dead drop.
Oh, you don't want them to bring them directly to your house?
I got your donuts, eh?
How the fuck far did you bring? You came from Canada with donuts? All right.
Wait, Toronto? No, Winnipeg.
You drove from fucking Winnipeg. The trip itself was fantastic, and what I said was, or maybe you said, I don't remember, but like 30 years from now, when we're looking back, we're not going to remember the shitty drive.
No, the drive will become, like, it's just like how any time you do anything that's memorable, you forget the shitty parts. It's going to be hot and heavy with the Ryan Flaherty.
Oh, yeah.
So, I knew going in the series was going to be super tight.
Yeah.
And so far it has been.
I didn't think they were going to win two. I did not think they'd take both games.
If you look at the series so far, you say to yourself, if you just look at the final scores, you're saying to yourself, like, well, the Royals are beating them by 2 runs, but it's kind of closer than that.
Yeah.
There's just been some, what do we call them, Flaherties that have happened.
But here's the heartbreaker about, well, one, it was extra innings. That's heartbreaking to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's free baseball, so it is what it is. And we knew. I just hate that people keep saying, well, the Royals can't lose. They can't lose. That's what's happening because they won their wild card game, and then they swept, and now they've won 2. But it wasn't. We gave them the game. It was not that they won necessarily. I think that there was mistakes made from the Orioles' perspective that gave them the game.
The Orioles don't really seem like the same team that they have all season in these last 2 games.
I don't know.
I don't know what has to change.
Well, and
who needs to play third base to make this.
For example, Markakis not going home in the 6th, not getting sent home on that fly or the ball out into the outfield. It's got to be a perfect throw from the left fielder to get him out.
The startling amount of times that we've had bases loaded or runners at second and third and have done nothing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, this has sort of been the MO of the team. Like, if we don't hit a home run, then we don't score.
Well, and another great example, that same inning, Adam Jones is a power hitter. I get that. But he tends to strike out, too. So let's lay down.
All game, I was calling.
Lay down a bunt.
we got 0-2 on Joe's. Here comes the slider away.
Yeah.
Here comes the strikeout.
He's going to swing at it.
Because he can't help himself.
And the first 2 innings of the game, I'm sitting in Dempsey's. I mean, the game 2, not game 1, game 2 today. I'm sitting in Dempsey's with people, and they're just like, the pitcher's not throwing a strike all game. The only strikes he has are swinging strikes.
Yeah.
And they pull up the pitch count, and he's got like 25 pitches. None of them are in the strike zone. They're all outside. And then they started holding back, and then they're like, well, this is what it used to be, and we're watching on TV, obviously. This is what it used to be. This is what it is now. By holding back, they finally got him to throw it down the middle because he'd get down 3-0, and he walked 3 or 4 people. So
this is what I said. I said when Flaherty comes back to the dugout after the strikeout where he had left the bat on his shoulders, I said Buck should grab him by the neck, ask him if he's ever played baseball before, and then insist that he goes from player to player and apologize for what he just did.
You need to apologize for that.
Yeah. Because those 7 home runs he hit this year weren't worth it.
No, not worth the exchange. So, but
not worth the 15 errors that he had.
Who plays third then? Who plays? Because we've set the list. The list is set for this ALCS.
I don't care. Cruz, Young, anybody. Buck can play third.
Do you want Cruz out there at third? Really?
It can't be worse.
Okay.
Well, it can't be worse. Well, here we go. We're cutting in as live as we possibly can. This is Monday night.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, Rob is on the phone because obviously this is a bit of a drive for like an extra
10 minutes of recording.
Yeah, an extra 10 minutes or so. But we were going to stay up late with you and watch the game and report accordingly. But Mother Nature decided to
pull a Flaherty.
Yeah, to pull a Flaherty and ruin it for everybody. So
yes, unfortunately. Now it's going to be games every day, the same games every day all the way to the end, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty much, I believe.
Yeah, so no breaks, so the Orioles will be on, and so will the Giants, and we'll have to fight for that early slot, because I don't think that the good slot's the primetime slot, but oh well.
Well, we'll probably give it to the later slot to the Giants, because they're on the West Coast.
Oh, I would hope so. I would love to have the 4 o'clock. Yeah.
But we do have 8 o'clock. If you're listening to this podcast on Tuesday when it comes out, you're listening. The game is tonight at 8. It'll be Guthrie and Wei and Chen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling good with Guthrie hasn't pitched till the end of September.
Yeah.
Chen, I think, is our most reliable guy.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to this.
Well, and then the problem is what happens after this, because they're looking at Tillman and DeShields for Game 4, which I'm concerned about. And I don't know whether this works to our advantage with the Royals pen or whether it works to our disadvantage.
Well, I think our pen is a little bit deeper.
And they probably need the rest.
Their guys are probably like better off. They might have a better end 3. Like the Herrera, what's the other 2 guys? Herrera, Wade Davis, and their closer,
You're the Royals expert, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's their bullpen pretty much. So if those guys get tired out pitching every day, then,
Well, then you would say that...
Is Brad Brock better than Finnegan?
But does this extra day help them, or does it hurt them?
I think it hurts the Royals more than it hurts the O's.
So we're looking forward to games 3, 4, 5, and 6 at least. Come on, let's go O's.
Yep, indeed. And now here's Rob with the end of the show.
So you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network.
You can find O The Anthem on otheanthem.com or the Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Vimeo, all your favorite social networky places. And you can call the listener line if you have any great ideas of what we can do with Ryan Flaherty. That would be the place to text or leave a voicemail for them. 443. Oh, God, how did I forget the number?
No, yes. Yes, at least it's not me. You don't know the number?
Oh, God. 443.
219?
219-7595. There we go.
443-219-7595.
What's that number one more time?
443-219-7595.
I feel like I would have committed it to memory by now. I guess I'm just having like a sleepy time moment.
Could be that.
Because we've been up for
Very
so long.
Very long time. Anyway, so you can find me online at all your social networks at Robert and Cheek, except for Facebook, which is Rob Cheek Esquire. Although, at Robert and Cheek on Facebook is coming live again this weekend, hopefully. You can also check out addeaddrop.com, ADDEADDROP.com. We're going to find all the most interesting stories from all around the web. And foundingthefuture.us, which is the website you're going to find all my books and everything else on, all my political rantings. You can see the most recent blog post, which was about something important, and I don't remember what it was now. But I'm going to have a post up about our trip to Detroit and my experience with the fans.
Bandwagon fans.
The bandwagon fans over this past ALCS. So
the ones here, the Oreo bandwagon fans.
Well, in comparison to being in Detroit,
right?
And Shanny's fear of those fans, and then people coming into Oriole Park, which I think should be different. So, anyway, as always, thank you for listening. CEO the Anthem podcast, part of the Anthem Digital Network.
For Cory,
and there we go. So for Cory, this is Rob. Have a great week.
See ya.